Ayan. So our first speaker is a brand strategist helping direct-to-consumer brands become top of mind and attract more of their target customers by amplifying what makes them different. Kaya napakaganda ng topic niya today, no? Ang topic niya is knowing your differentiator. And to talk about it, let's call on, and guys, palakpakan natin, si Phoebe Añasco.
Yay! Hello,
Let's go,
everyone.
Phoebe!
Woo!
Energy!
Actually, medyo shy type ako, kaya nahihiya ako tonight. Pero ayun, I also wanted to thank you guys for having me here. Thank you talaga masabi nila. Ayun, thank you for having me here. And yun nga, nabanggit nila, the talk for tonight is gonna be about identifying your differentiator. But before we proceed to that, I just wanna know first, like, what do you guys do? Like, what kind of are you a freelancer? What kind of freelancer? Are you a coach? What kind of coach? So again, just wanted to get to know you first. Can you type in the chat what you guys do? Meron ba diyang graphic design? Ayan, may professional tambay. Ayan, banker, graphic designer. How about the others? Oh, si Nansha FA. Oh, we have an SMM here. Tracy, what kind of freelancer? Financial advisor, OBM, FA. Wait, FA, flight attendant. Tama ba?
Financial
Financial
advisor.
advisor.
Sorry. Nagulat ako bakit may flight attendant din. Okay. Ayan, SMM copywriter. Simpleng mapagmahal. Ayan. Okay. Question number 2. Have you guys already identified your edge as a copywriter, as an FA, as a Shopify VA, things like that? Yes, a quick yes or no would do. Hey, by the way, if yes yung sagot nyo, that's definitely a good thing. So, yeah, we'd like to know, is it a yes or is it a no? Have you guys identified your edge already? And nako-communicate nyo na ba siya? Si Mark, a bit. That's really great. Si G, no rin. Si Lad, yes or no, nasa gitna pa. How about the others? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. JJ, not yet. Okay, some aspects pero kulang pa. Quick, lang. Sabi ni Lad here, yes or no? Can you like quickly brief us lang bakit? Just to get a sense of where you guys are at.
Baka na naman, siguro sa akin lang, more of parang when it comes to creating content kasi, parang napapakita ko na parang nakikita ko yung edge ko as a content creator na parang, ang dami na rin kasi graphic designer right? Na mga
Yeah.
freelancer. And when it comes to creating content, ang tawag dito, parang mas nakikilala ko kasi yung sarili ko once I've learned about the target audience. So, kumbaga parang pag nakaka-connect ako sa kanila, mas napapakinggan ko sila. Mas nalalaman ko kung ano yung mga pain points sila. And alam ko sa sarili ko na parang, uy, this is something na pain points ko rin. So parang, kumbaga with that, napapakita ko sa kanila na I'm also a graphic designer. Ganito yung mga napagdaanan ko sa graphic designer. Ito yung mga gusto kong pag-aralan. With that, nakikita ko na ito yung edge ko na na parang yung mga tinuturo ko sa kanila is something na gusto ko ring natutunan ko dapat nung nagsisimula pa lang ako.
Right.
Yan. And no, kasi parang I think parang meron pang something na
Na hindi mo
kailangan kong
pa-
gawin na hindi ko
Okay.
pa ma-identify.
Got it. Okay. Thank you for that, Lad. And then another one, si MJ, Mark Jersey. Quick lang, chika. I think you're on mute.
Nakamit ka?
You mentioned a bit ka mo. Wala pa din. Bibilangan natin siya. 5.
I-ano ko na lang, Jerkoy. Read lip ko na lang. Lip read.
Sign language.
Idadub ka daw niya. Idadub ka niya, jerks.
Wala pa rin.
Okay, that's okay. So maybe we can come back ulit with Jerk.
Meron na? Wala pa rin.
Yan! Meron na.
Ayan, okay.
Yan.
Teka lang.
Go ahead.
Yung speaker ko naman yung nawala. Hindi ko kayo naririnig. Wala lang. Ayan.
Hello?
Narinig ko na kayo.
Ayan.
Ulit. Ayan. So, a little bit. Kasi like right now, it's more of parang just focusing on the audience na gusto ko. So it's more of kasi ako parang medyo na ano pa ako na medyo na-excite pa ako doon sa journey na discover ko na ang dami kong niche na gustong itake, lifestyle, food, tech, yung career ko, yung business ko. So parang doon nga sa Project Open namin, parang tinotone down namin sino yung audience. And like right now, medyo magulo pa siya. Like minsan gusto ko ganito yung topic, minsan ganito yung gusto kong gagawing content. Pero parang nakalatag naman na kung ano-ano. Wala lang siyang parang kumbaga
Solid.
parang hindi ko pa yung solid na parang sa Jericho yan, sa Jersey yan. Pag ganun.
Right. Pero if tatanungin ka ngayon, ano sa tingin mo yung edge mo? Like just initial lang.
Siguro comfortable na akong gumawa ng content, like the workflow of content creation. Madali na siya, like the topics, yung mga prompts ko, I think yun yung best edge ko with content creation. So yun lang, lilinisin lang talaga, then create lang ng create, just showing up. Yun.
Yeah, got it. Thank you, Jersey. Ayan guys, so we have some people here na medyo, some aspects, they have an idea now what could be their differentiator. And for some of the people here, the answer is no pa. And I hope you guys are excited for this. Mini mastermind lang naman siya. And I hope you're excited for this because we're gonna deep dive into that. And one of the reasons then why it's important to know what makes us different. Let's say you're a VA, bakit ka na iba as a VA? Ano yung unique value that you bring to the table? Because it's definitely easier, for perfect for you clients to understand bakit ikaw yung dapat na maging choice nila. Because what you have to offer is the kind of value that they're actually looking for. Pero kung hindi mo nako-communicate yun, super sayang. Hindi nila malalaman na ikaw pala yung dapat nilang, i-hire or i-partner with. All right, so without further ado, okay, I'll just share my screen. Ayun, can you guys see my screen now?
Yep.
Ayun, okay. So, wait, i-present ko lang ito. Hala, hindi marunong mag-Canva. Wait lang. Ayan, ito, present. Okay, so let's discuss how to know your differentiator. Question, do you guys know what this movie is? Can you type in the title? If you can remember what this is. Okay, ayan. Maze Runner. Yun, maraming nakapanood na rin pala nito. So, Maze Runner, if you guys already know, ayan yung maze. Super laki ng maze. And just a bit of a spoiler. So, ang story is, gumising sila, nandito sila sa gitna ng maze. And of course, if you're stuck there, you would like to escape. You would like to go back dun sa buhay mo. Alright? But then, meron ngang maze. And what happened was, eto, nakikita nyo yan yung scene na to. Binubuo nila yung parang mapa ng maze. And actually, hindi ko matandaan kung natapos ba nila or hindi. But the point here is, ilang years bago nila nabuo whatever it is that they have here on the table. And that's because yung maze na ine-explore nila, a few challenges to mention is parang seasonal or from time to time, nag-iiba siya ng like structure. If tama ako ng pagkakaalala. And aside from that, meron ding, ayan, yung mga kalaban, yung mga monster, mga spider, kemerlo na yan. So that's also another challenge. Kaya it took them like so many years to actually build this maze map. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this is because for them, in order to know the exit, they needed to explore the maze first. And it's similar to identify what makes you different. You have to explore the different areas of your life first. Insight lang, when it comes to knowing what makes us different, usually the approach is, okay, sino yung competitors, ano yung gap, paano tayo na iba sa kanila. Usually that's like the first thing that people, first thing that comes into people's mind, but really the first step is actually looking into ourselves first, looking internally, and then we compare that to the external forces. So the step 2, which is looking or validating sa external forces, that's more of like a reality check. Ito nga ba talaga yung edge natin? because we know it so well already, like in the first step. So yun, we have to explore the different areas of our lives first. Now, yung life natin, sobrang daming areas niyan. And we cannot identify our differentiator in one sitting. So the promise for today is at least ma-explore natin one area of our life. Kumbaga, it will serve as, a first step hanggang sa along the process, nakakakita ka na ng patterns na, uy, parang ito yung superpower ko. And you can actually like use that, amplify that in the future as, again, your edge as a freelancer, as a copywriter, SMM, financial advisor, etc. So yun, are you guys ready for our activity for today? Type 1 if yes, type 2 if no. May no talaga. Ayan, okay, sige. Let's do this. So here's our activity for today, something to think about. So the question is, ano yung weakness mo? Okay, that's the question. Ano yung weakness mo? Because usually our weakness points us to what our strength actually is. Ano yung weakness mo? What does that tell you about your strengths? And ngayong parang, oh, okay, ito yung strength mo. Yung strength mo na yon, how does that reflect in your business, in your freelance business, or in your agency, how you do things? Okay. So now you can actually start, pondering about this. But while you're doing that, I'm going to give you an example. So of course, none other than my personal example. Okay. So my weakness is spreadsheets, data, analytics. I'm not a very organized person, and yung kabaligtaran ko here is Silad. We've worked together. I'm more of the free-flowing type of person. Silad, very disciplined, very structured. So like, grabe. So yun, that's my weakness. Whenever I see spreadsheets, I tried creating Google Sheets, trackers, and I always end up overwhelmed. Especially if ang dami ko nang nakikita sa screen. Ang gagawin ko, mag-create na naman ako ng bagong Google Sheets. Something like that. Trying to reorganize. So this is my weakness. And since this is my weakness, yung nakikita kong pinopoint nito na strength ko is, okay, weakness ko yung data, etc., etc. But I'm actually good at like the emotional side of things. I'm good at talking to people. I'm making people open up and feel understood, not coming from me, but coming from them. There's people who have mentioned, like, members sa AC ko na, TL, ang lagi mo ko pinapaiyak, ang ganda ng mga questions mo. Yung mga ganong tipo. So, I think this is my strength. And based na rin siya sa mga validations that people are saying to me. Now, another layer. So, I'm not really a systems and data and logic type of person. Even though I do have this a little bit, pero hindi siya yung like super strength. So ilagay natin siya sa weakness. And the opposite of that is I have a really deep interest in understanding human psychology. And I have seen this pattern like simula high school to college to where I am right now. So I have a deep interest in understanding human psychology. And another layer, IQ. May IQ naman, I think. Pero again, let's put it here muna sa red box. And I think mas malakas yung EQ ko. Kumbaga, when it comes to, people. And how does this reflect in my business? Our brand discovery workshops feel like therapy. So just to give you context, yung process namin when doing brand strategy for clients, syempre, discovery muna. So mag-workshop kami with client. Tapos saka kami mag-create ng strategy. Tapos saka namin i-apply yung strategy na yun sa touch points nila, like sa marketing, sa brand messaging, sa brand experience, ganon, sa store experience kung may physical store, things like that. So, yeah, so that's one way na nagre-reflect tong EQ ko sa brand discovery workshops para siyang therapy. Imagine me, si client, imagine she's nasa couch siya, tapos nakahiga lang siya doon, tapos andun ako, therapist dynamics, I'm asking her questions, and then she answers, and then along the session, ang dami niyang nare-realize, shocks. Oo nga, no, kaya ko pala ginawa to kasi ganito, ganyan. So, we have the kind of dynamics during the workshops, and I have several clients na naiiyak during the workshop kasi nauungkat namin yung mga past, yung mga childhood nila. And again, this is a brand discovery workshop, but we deep dive like into those personal stories. So, yun, that is one heck of an example, and I hope may mga nag-spark na ideas or something. Now let's ask some people who have insights here. Again, ano yung weakness mo? Ano yung strength mo? From your weakness, like what does your weakness say about your strength? And then how does this strength reflect in your business? Okay, so I think question muna tayo. Neck kisses yung weakness ko. Sabi nila. Okay, question muna, guys. You can type in the chat para sabay-sabay tayo. What do you think is your biggest weakness? Ayan. Si Coach Sarah, I don't see colors. Ooh. Yan, si Rick. Rick, you mean like you're the structured type of person din ba? Like data.
Yeah, data and logic is my strength. So
Oh.
I can't. So in a way, the weakness is I can't make decisions that are baseless. So I tend to stay away from talking about feelings, assumptions. Assumptions are probably based on trends.
Mhm.
So hindi pwedeng yung assuming about feel ko lang, hindi pwedeng ganon. So
Correct.
so basically I don't make decisions, so I diss off any discussions na hindi fact-based or data-based.
Got it. Like everything has to be data talaga.
Yeah.
Got it. Ayan, thank you, Rick. Ungkatin pa natin yan in a bit. So, yung iba, sabi nila, getting organized, lack of focus, and getting distracted easily. Hala, same. Yan. Weakness nila, approaching people. Although I do think na-accomplish mo na rin to, diba, lad? Ayan, CG, super shy. New Jeans, napakanta ko. Ayan, how about the others? Si Timber, hindi lang halata pero hiya ako. Yes to lack of focus. Alright. So now that you've mentioned yung mga nabanggit nyo na weaknesses, si Hannah humabol yan. Graphics, hindi ako creative type of person. Very, very valid as well. Alright, so now that you've mentioned yung mga weaknesses nyo, what do you think does this say about what your strengths are? So now, type in naman yung strengths nyo. Ayan, wait natin ang mga entries. Si JJ, editing. How about the others? Mga nag-reflect pa. Si Rick, I can help people come up with solutions because I can look into data sets and direct them to getting data insights. Right. Si Lad, mas nakafocus ako siguro sa preparations kasi before I approach people, somehow alam ko na kung paano sila kakausapin. Ooh, right. Sarah, si Coach Sarah, brand positioning and storytelling.
Sarah na lang.
Ayan. And then si Tracy, creative storyteller. Weakness, lack of experience. strength, approaching and asking people, willingness to learn. Right. And si Hannah, data rin. Very keen to details. Alright. Ayan. I think, super dami nating commonalities. And I think this is because of the example that I have set as well. Now, I think let's make it, mag-zoom in pa tayo lalo. As a copywriter, let's say as a graphic designer, as an FA, ano sa tingin niyo yung weakness niyo dun like sa process? Meron ba kayong part of ng process na pinakaayaw niyo? Ayan. Oh wait, magtawag muna pala tayo ng mga nag-answer here. Okay. Si Mary Rose Domingo. So dito na tayo sa sa next question. Since nabanggit na answer niyo na yung weakness and strength, so now let's answer this question. Pwede bang tawagin Mary Rose? Are you there? Binolong turo for recitation. Ayun, so how do you think your weakness?
Loading po.
Hello?
Hello po.
Ayan, yan. Dinig ako.
Hello po.
Ayan. Okay, dinig ba? Or naglalag?
Yes po. Yes po.
Ayun. So you mentioned here your weakness is lack of experience and then strength approaching and asking people willingness to learn. So how does this reflect in your business?
Ngayon po kasi wala po akong client, pero naano ko siya sa business namin. So, lack of experience kasi maraming, kamukha nun, nasa online selling po kasi ako. Wala akong ka-experience tungkol dun sa advertising ng yung FB advertising. Pero marami akong kaibigan na napagtatanungan and may mga trainings na pwedeng attenan. Yun po, naging strength ko yun na yung willingness to learn.
Parang hindi na nahihiya.
Para ma-adapt ko po siya, tapos para matutunan ko rin siya sa business namin.
Nice. Ayun, thank you, Mary, for that. Ayan.
Thank you po.
So that's one example. And then, anyone else? How about si G? Can you share with us naman weakness, strength, and then how does this reflect in your business?
Hello.
Hello.
For me, being a financial advisor, recently I just got into yung parang minerge ko sila na yung skills ko in designing, yun yung ginagamit ko for parang para makapag-visual design sa pagiging a financial advisor and as a starting content creator. So parang since kahit matagal na akong, even though na matagal na akong advisor, yung fear ko talaga is yung takot nga po talaga ako sa tao. Parang maraming plans talaga. Marami akong gustong i-execute pero yung action lang talaga yung parang nagsa-stop sa akin is ayun yung parang kanina yung sarili ko rin na parang kailangan may tumulak pa talaga sa akin.
Yeah.
So, pero I think that's my edge din. Pero ayoko namang isipin. Kasi alam kong maraming designers na FAs din. So, parang isa yun sa parang skill, strengths ko na tinitingnan sa sarili ko.
Ay, ano ulit yun? Which is, yung strength is?
Yung in skills in designing po, in visual communication.
Right. So, yung weakness is yung parang takot sa tao. And then yung strength.
Yes, yung putting myself out there talaga.
Got it. Ayun, thank you, G. Wait lang. Yung strength pala, how does this bukod sa skills in terms of designing, how is there like any other strengths na pinipinpoint nung okay, takot ka sa tao, but then
Ah,
what are you so good at because of that?
siguro recently what I'm trying to do din sa branding, I don't really say it's a branding, pero pag nagko-content creator ako, parang yung nilalabas ko na lang din talaga yung loob ko na ganito talaga akong tao. Then I think I know na may feel din ng ng sentiments ko na there's a same person out there na parang yun din yung gusto kong kausapin po.
Gets. And tama ba yung contents din that you do, more on designs instead of like yung
More
face,
on
like videos?
yes, more on designing. Then recently lang ako nag-try na i-show yung face ko na hey, this is my brand, this is me. Again.
Yes.
Sobrang recent lang talaga. That's why I'm here din po.
Yay, okay. Thank you, G. Thank you for sharing that. Ayun. Kuya Rick, I am curious about your then, like yung nabanggit mo kanina. So, yung weakness rate, and then how does this reflect sa business mo?
Well, okay. Allow me to introduce myself then. So I'm a banker, no? So the specific business that I work with is loans, and I provide support. So we have the sales teams out there. Then they have other units, other support units like credit. They do the underwriting. We also have collections and all that. So what I do is, my team is responsible for the fulfillment. So every time that we have people applying for a loan, so yung team ko yung nag-encode ng mga applications, so that when it gets to underwriting, parang kompleto na yung mga documents, all the files, no? So obviously I have to make sure that yung team ko is able to meet the demands of the sales, especially if they send in applications. So that's where the weakness sets in, where obviously I have a pool of processors working on it, and I have to make sure that there's capacity to ensure na na-handle yun, turnaround times and all that. So lahat ng mga turnaround times, processing times, all of those are data driven, in which I think you have a question earlier, what is it that I kind of hate at the moment? It's because we don't have really sophisticated system to capture all of those start times, end times, and all that. So meaning I have to create really data sets where everything has to be manual. So i-type mo yung start time mo, yung end time mo, put it on hold, etc. So siguro the weakness is I can't really make a decision on how to leverage on the current capacity that I have until I see that the data is in, right? Kasi nga logic, I need to see the lay of the land in order for me to see as well how I can actually steer the group in order to deliver the service that we committed to the sales team, to the underwriting team, and all. So in a way, yung strengths nga is because I'm keen on really getting all the data in place. So it allows me to leverage on the current capacity. So whether kulang kami or hindi, nakakapag-decide ako because there is a set data that guides me, including my managers, to make decisions para ma-deliver namin yung commitment. On the question, how does this reflect in your business? I guess good and bad. Good because it sets the tone for how my teams are able to put in all of those applications so that it gets booked, and then our end customers are able to get all the amounts that they applied for. Negative in a way because it can be a source of bottlenecks then. So yung my weakness is a source of a bottleneck at some point, because ayoko ngang mag-decide based on feelings, based on emotions, just because if I fail, I don't have anything to work into. So takot din ako because of the bigger scope of the work that I do. So yun yung parang but I guess in general, what makes my weakness as my strength is because I'm very data and logic driven. I'm really craving for the truth all the time. So I crave for the truth all the time. So if I don't have my truth, I'd rather not speak about it. And that's the same parang kind of discipline na parang binibigay ko rin sa mga peers ko and colleagues to ensure that we don't talk about feelings because at the end of the day we have our end customers then who are the end recipient of the work that we do. I don't know if that answers the question.
Yeah, definitely answers the question. And based on our conversation, yung answer mo, parang yung nakuha kong insight din is yung ina-identify natin today, which is weakness and strength, and then how does it reflect in your business. Yung trait na yun, it's supposed to have a pro and a con. Kasi when we admit to people, okay, this is my trait, and sometimes ito yung nangyayari, but at the same time, this is like the good things that happen because of it. And mas kapani-paniwala siya when we tell it to the world.
Right.
Instead
Right.
of, hey, we're good at customer service, we're good at this, and that. You show all,
Right.
all of the good stuff and it's not hard. Or it's hard to believe na all of those things are true. But when you say it like that, definitely like, oh, okay, that must be really your superpower. And that's a good, share. Thank you, Kuya Rick.
No problem.
Ayun. So, I think that's that. And then, I think yun lang naman yung gusto kong i-share din tonight, everyone. This is something na, okay, we have answers tonight. And something that we can also like do as an assignment pa. Ano ba talaga yung weakness ko? When I do copywriting. Aling part, let's say you're a copywriter, aling part ng business ko yung pinakaayaw kong gawin. But at the same time, okay, ito nga yung weakness ko, pero dito naman ako magaling. And ito yung nale-leverage ko. Another example din, in my process, my weakness is in the details, diba? So I'm not the best person in research. But we guys know, kailangan ng research when we work with brands. That's my weakness, but my strengths play at asking questions. So I'm more of the person in the workshop, but not on the external research. So I just outsource people for that. I have a partner who actually fills the gaps. So it really does a lot of good things when we understand ano ba yung capability ko. Ano
Yeah,
yung,
super agree.
diba, ano yung capability natin, ano yung parang mishaps, and then we get people who can fill in the gaps. Ayun, so I guess that's it for my share today. Thank you so much, everyone. Hopefully may nakuha naman tayo.
Yes, guys, unmute tayo. Thank you tayo kay
so much,
Phoebe.
Phoebe.
Super solid. Antay dito, guys, sino merong takeaways or may question or gusto mag-share? Merong may effect na talaga yung